Welcome to Zero's Game Room, where all things gaming takes place. Interviews, discussions, and the latest gaming news. So take a seat, get comfortable, adjust your headset, because it's game time. Here's your host, Zero.
Welcome in, take a seat, it's ZGR, Zero's Game Room. We have a lot to talk about, so we're going to cut to the chase. Fred, what are you doing?
Dude, I'm dancing, I'm having a good time. Dude, the VGA Awards happened, man. That was so hype.
It was all last night. It was amazing. Wow, a lot of ups and downs. We're going to talk about the categories first. We kind of narrowed it down to what we wanted to talk about personally. Obviously, there was tons and tons of categories, and then we'll get to the whole trailers, new games, premieres, stuff like that after that. Let's work backwards, I guess. Let's save what they saved for last. Let's start off with esports, mostly because I don't know much about esports, but because you're a PC gamer.
How dare you?
I'm more of a console gamer.
It's the future.
Oh my god. PC Master Race. Yes, nothing else matters.
Well, I'm actually surprised because Overwatch 1, even though it's a game that came out last year, I think they're still putting out new updates. Like the recent one was with Ash and Bob, which, by the way, I think is a great update to the game. But if you played Overwatch as much as I have, you know that Ash is a good addition, but they have so much DPS. I would rather have them have a healer or another tank. But you know what? I think that Overwatch is a really good esports game. I think it's very fun to watch. I think it's better than League of Legends because that's just my personal preference. But nonetheless, I'm really glad it was there and it won. Next thing is the esports player, and I think you know a little bit not a little bit more, but you know him a little bit. It's Sonic Fox, which I'm surprised he was actually on there.
Yeah, no, that was actually really cool to see him up there and just being, a competitive player. And, it was kind of that awkward, he was a little awkward up there. Granted, if you go on his Twitter page, he talked about it later, how he was very nervous and this was more nerve-wracking than when he won at EVO and everything. Yeah. But you know what? Good for him. Congratulations to him. It was definitely a little awkward watching him up there. But going back to Overwatch, I wanted to make one comment.
What's up?
Buddy, I want to be Tracer.
No, but I'm Tracer.
What about Widowmaker?
You can keep her, man. She's a
she ain't that great.
She ain't I like my woman with curves like Winston. All curves.
All curves.
Curves
all
and
day.
fur.
Another category was Best RPG, Best Role-Playing Game. That went to Monster Hunter World. Monster Hunter is one of those games that I feel like everybody, at least nowadays, knows about. Going back even like maybe 6-7 years ago, Monster Hunter was like that Japanese game and like you could get on PSP that not many people knew about. Then it started growing in popularity, and honestly, it's a good game. Granted, it was up against Dragon Quest. It was up against Ni no Kuni too, but I feel like Ni no Kuni doesn't have enough love around it yet. I think it needs a little more surrounding love. I was voting for Octopath Traveler only because I'm an old school turn-based RPG guy.
How could you?
I wanted to play. It's kind of like how you guess who's gonna win a Grammy. Granted, I don't do that because I don't watch the Grammy.
Come on down.
But come on down.
Who's gonna win?
Who's gonna win the Grammy?
Yeah.
And I didn't really care. But yeah, good job, Monster Hunter World. Congratulations. Yeah. I felt like that one was very deserving. Best independent game, buddy,
Celeste.
Yes, Celeste. It's a great platformer. It's one of those things where I felt like I heard about The Messenger. I didn't play it. Return to Obra Dinn, never heard of it. Into the Breach, never heard of it. Dead Cells I had heard about, but Celeste was what everybody was talking about. It's kind of how like last year everybody was talking about Undertale. This year it was Celeste. Yeah,
and I think even the YouTube community gave a lot. This game got a lot of love, and it's really good because it's... And in this industry, it's oversaturated with like first-person shooters, even Overwatch, like that's first-person shooter.
Yeah, it's AAA titles, heavyweights.
It's refreshing to know that Celeste, a game like this, who is made by a small independent company, can actually get a big awards like this on the main stage while it's even a good action platformer. So I was really happy. Also, even teasing into the next segment, everybody got pissed because Celeste didn't get audio awards. Because I was on Twitter.
No, honestly, okay, this is where like the big meat of this, because like all the other categories, they were good, but these are the ones where I feel like there was a little more controversy and a little more talk amongst people. Yeah. Because both were won by the same game, Best Score in Music and Best Audio Design. Mind you, it was up against Celeste, God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man, Ni no Kuni, Octopath Traveler. On Best Audio Design, Call of Duty. Okay, never mind. Forza, God of War, Marvel's Spider-Man. Like, these were games that had amazing music. It was great. And the one that won was, I'm going to be a cowboy. Yeah, right. Clip, clap, riding on a horse. I'm not saying that the game is bad. I'm nowhere even getting near that. I know Red Dead Redemption 2 is amazing. But when it comes to sound design and music, I get it. Being a cowboy is cool, and I had on Twitter because don't forget to follow us at Zero's Game Room on Twitter. Quick plug-in. I was tweeting about it the awards, and one guy was like, "Oh, like people are pissed off." I saw a tweet that's saying like, "Oh, people are just pissed off because." Red Dead Redemption 2 is winning. And I'm like, well, no, it's more or less that... Oh, actually, it was a friend of mine. He's a guest. I just remembered who it was. It was Cow's Crazy. He's been on the guest. He was very early
awesome.
on. Yeah, and he was talking about how a lot of people are pissed off and that it's okay because everybody loves being a cowboy and being a cowboy is cool. And to an extent, it really is cool to play that game. But when it comes to... And that's kind of what I retorted back when I'm like, when it comes to music and sound... You have things like God of War with the orchestras and the epic and Marvel Spider-Man. The music was so... I sometimes find myself humming it, and it's just like, Red Dead Redemption 2?
Yeah. Well, even before this, you were very salty. You're like, how could this game not get audio design? Like, because I'm surprised that, like you said before, Spider-Man didn't win any awards.
No. Yeah.
And you were just like, you were so pissed. You're like,
how
can this happen?
How can this happen?
It's a good game.
Yeah.
And it didn't win any awards, and that kind of sucks, man.
I think what ended up happening is the ending of Spider-Man for the PS4 is really, 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 really crappy. No, it's really crappy, and it's like that. Why you do this?
Por qué?
Por qué? Like, this makes no sense. Why would you do this? You have a great game, a great story, and you end it off like that. There was no reason. You couldn't end it on a good note. Whatever, fine. I don't care, but. Another factor came in and a lot of people brought this up. Spider-Man came out in September.
Yes.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is hot right now. It's the hot thing, so everybody's talking about it. So, to Rockstar, good job. You guys are sending it out, late to where it's still eligible to be Game of the Year.
Yeah.
It's near the end, yet I teased that, but, that's kind of why it was released to that. It wanted to win Game of the Year, which it didn't. But, yeah, go ahead.
So do you think they strategically did it just so that they can get Game of the Year, plus also blindside God of War, so people can forget a little bit about that, and then reminisce of the glories of Red Dead 2?
Yeah, of course. I think there was a lot of money put into this, and they wanted to win Game of the Year. Kind of how, like, last year, I think it was Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that came out, I wouldn't say, like, late, but it came out later than... It didn't come out, like, in June.
No.
And, like I said, September was Spider-Man, but I feel Spider-Man should win something, but you know what? A lot of people were very controversial when it comes to best score in music, but whatever. That's what won. That's your winner, Red Dead Redemption 2. Now for some of the stuff that I really don't care about. Best ongoing game, baby.
Yeah, so
this is all you.
This is the best ongoing title. You're never going to believe it. You're never going to see it.
No.
Man, it's just a small little game. I think it's called Fortnite.
Yeah,
I don't know. I never heard of it.
I think a fortnight is some part of the nighttime between like the moon hours and something like that. Oh yeah, it's that game where people are doing the floss dance and some other crazy weird dances everywhere, and it's so viral.
I think the amount of salt that you're giving me right now will go great with those fries. Because you're so salty. Again, I'm not a big Fortnite guy, and I even tried it myself, and I think the game's okay.
Okay.
But I know you despise it.
I despise it. It's so dumb. And it's like, you have a game, and literally, I'd say about a percentage, about 90% of people who play Fortnite only play the Battle Royale, and like there's like a small percentage, 10%, that actually play the story. Did you know they're on season like 7?
Yeah. I think that's a very stupid thing because the seasons are like 2 to 3 months, and I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate it because it doesn't make sense. Like, like 1 year can have 6 seasons.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
That makes no... What are you doing? Now, granted, look at the games that it was up against. Destiny 2 Forsaken, I heard that was a flop.
No.
I heard nobody talk about that. No Man's Sky, flop. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, what? I don't even remember hearing that came out this year.
It didn't come out. I think... I don't believe it should have won Best Ongoing Title because that game was actually going through a bit of controversy itself.
Oh, I had no
with
idea.
with it trying to stoop to China's standards. So the game had to be universally made for China. And everybody got pissed because they're like, whoa, why are you taking out slot machines? Why are you taking out, suggestive signs on the walls? And they had to do that to the regulations of China. And everybody was like, dude, like, make the game because you made it for the artistic view. You're doing it to curve someone's standards of
and their
the
creative
government.
on going to what their society has.
And it's just horrible. And I'm glad everything got rechanged, so it's not doing that. But I don't think even if it did, I would have been like, no.
Yeah, but even then, like, the only other game on there was Overwatch, which confuses me that it won the best esport, but it's still not the best ongoing game. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like one kind of should correlate or influence the other. So if it's like the best esport game, well, I guess Fortnite's not an esport game, right?
It's not, because it's kind of hard to do that.
Yeah. So, but
I think maybe culturally impact, Fortnite did a lot more than Overwatch.
Yeah, because Overwatch has been out already, and Fortnite, like, everywhere you go this year, it was Fortnite shoved down your throat. And the big one that they saved for last, that everybody was waiting for, which is the point of this whole Game Award.
Woo!
Game of the Year. We had Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Celeste. An independent game got nominated for Game of the Year.
Which is great.
That alone should be enough to be like how good this game is, and you should play it.
I love it.
So Assassin's Creed, Celeste, God of War, Spider-Man, Monster Hunter World, Red Dead Redemption 2. These were our hard hitters, and Celeste was the underdog. And out of how much praise and, like, circle jerking they did for Red Dead Redemption 2, if anything, I was like, I don't even need to watch.
Obviously, it was going to be. Everybody thought it was obviously going to be Red Dead.
Yeah, I was literally driving home. I had my YouTube app through my phone, and I'm listening to it. And then they're like, Game of the Year is God of War. And I'm like, wait,
like,
what? How? What? So you're going to tell me this game is so amazing, it's almost perfect, best sound, best everything, and God of War gets Game of the Year?
Yeah,
What? I'm not saying it's a bad game. I want to reiterate. None of these games are bad by any stretch of the means. That's why it's Game of the Year.
Yeah.
But if you're going to say so many great things about Red Dead,
and then you're like, Celeste! yeah!
Like, I was waiting for, like, that Steve Harvey moment. Remember last year?
Oh, we messed up.
Just kidding. It's Celeste. And then more people would be like, woo! But yeah, God of War was your Game of the Year.
Should have been Fortnite. I'm just kidding.
Get out of here.
Don't throw that at me. Don't throw an object.
I'm not going to throw anything at you. But another big portion of the Game Awards is the fact that we get to see trailers of upcoming games. You can go first. You go ahead. What's one game you were excited for? Because there was a lot of games that I was just kind of like,
I'm really excited for. This is just one of them. Mortal Kombat 11. I know I know you're not hyped up for it.
There you go. I don't despise. I know you were gonna say despise. I don't despise it. I'm just not a fan of it because nobody ever taught me how to play.
I know.
You have all these combat moves: back square, circle, upside down.
It's just only for intelligent people. I'm sorry.
Wow.
I'm sorry. It's only for high level gamers. I'm sorry.
Says the guy who can't win one match in Smash with me against me.
You know what? It's not because I can't win. It's just because I keep letting you win. There's a difference. Even though I'm bad.
Is that why you stormed out of the room when you couldn't even take out one stock?
Look, man. Just
yelling and crying.
I just got to boost up your confidence. I don't know what's the difference. But yeah, so Mortal Kombat 11. I'm super hyped. I thought the music didn't go well with it, but I know it's because of 21 Savage and that has a name to it. But I really like there was an evil Raiden, and I think the story that's continuing is super. I can't wait for it. I'm really excited, and I can't wait to buy this game, especially on PC.
Yeah. Oh, is it going to be on PC?
Yes, it is.
Oh, wow. That's why you're excited about it. I'm like, well, you know, something that's going to be on PC. For me, I was only really excited about two things, and really quick, I just want to drop this in real quick. If you're an Xbox fan, Garrison King, I know you're listening to this. DMC 5 comes out today, which today it's being uploaded. Today is December the 7th. So if you want to try a demo of DMC 5, Xbox people, you did good. Another quick mention I wanted to say was Psychonauts 2, because the voice actor who plays the main guy is the guy who plays Bobby Hill. So you didn't know that?
I didn't know that. What?
Go play. I'll show you some video about Psychonauts 1, and it's the voice of the actor who does Bobby.
No way.
Yeah, I meant to tell you that before we started recording. But the one thing I am excited for, the other thing, Crash Team effing Racing Remaster! They're doing all these remasters. June 21st, 2019. Crash Team Racing, man.
Woo.
Yeah, I know. Mario Kart. Yeah, there's Mario Kart.
For what Mortal Kombat is to you, it's what Crash Bandicoot Racing is for me.
Well, no, those are completely different. Even I would put Mortal Kombat above Crash Team Racing. I just think because I have nostalgia with Crash Team Racing. That's why.
I think
it's a nostalgia thing.
Yeah, I think this game is gonna make a lot of people happy, just like you. Like you're really excited. This game, it's not my preference, but I think it looks really polished, and I can't wait for people to play it. And,
especially when you saw Crash go off the hill, and it's like, whoa.
It's like, whoa, look at those animations, man.
Yeah, video games, graphics, it's what they do.
I like it. I'm excited for it, but I'm not. Yeah. That's not my preference.
Is there any other game that you at least want to mention or were excited about? Let me know.
One of the games I'm really excited for is The Outer Worlds.
Oh, that was the creators of Fallout, right?
Yes. And they were very specific, like, hey, we're the creators of Fallout and Fallout New Vegas. Anything after that is not us.
We did not make Fallout 76.
Oh, yeah.
We don't talk about it.
Get the hell out of here. Yeah. And it looks really, really good. I can't do it justice. You have to see the trailer, but it's like a single person sci-fi RPG with like Fallout and Borderlands. And it has that quirky humor that I already know that I'm going to love. The characters look kind of interesting. And I can't wait. I'm really excited for this.
No. I if anything, when I was watching the trailer, I thought it was going to be like Borderlands.
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute.
You got that same vibe too?
Yeah.
Another game that looked really cool, Anthem. I think we've mentioned Anthem before, and it looks very exciting. But, I'm moving away from Anthem because the number one thing. Come here, buddy. Come here.
I'm listening.
You're listening?
Yeah.
Was that trailer near the end? I thought the lights went out.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what?
You never see it coming.
Persona 5 is coming to Smash!
Dude, oh my god.
My face went numb. I was like, no. You hear the voices. You hear Ryuji. You hear An. You hear Morgana. You hear Yusuke. You hear everybody. And it's like, whoa, where did he go? It's like, he went to the wars. He went to steal the biggest treasure of all. And I'm like, oh, they're gonna like probably port it to the Switch.
Yeah.
And then Atlas was like, nope. Smash meets Persona 5. I'm done. Drop the mic. Nothing else matters anymore.
It doesn't. I think the moment I heard that, I texted you right away. I was like, so,
you sent me a screenshot.
How bad did, how many body fluids did you just leak down?
Did you just leak out? All of them everywhere in my car, at the store, in the studio where we are right now, what you're touching right now.
Oh, no. I don't want to touch.
I was so ecstatic about this. I can't believe a company like Atlas going from the PS4 and it's like, hey, you want it on Smash? Let's sprinkle a little in there. It's like, it makes you think only Sakurai.
Only Sakurai.
And you know what's funny? Going back to Sakurai, I talked about this with a friend of mine. Mm-hmm. Remember when the last Smash Direct we got where it's like, you need to trust me. If you guys buy the Game Pass, which I did buy the Game Pass, trust me, they're going to be great. And so I believed in the Sakurai.
You believed.
And literally that one DLC character makes up the $25 is worth for it.
Like, I even told you this, like, I never played any of the Persona games, and I think a lot of people haven't, but again, the people that have are very vocal about it because it's a very good game.
Yeah, it is. And it's kind of like what Roy and Marth did for Fire Emblem in Super Smash Bros. Melee. Everybody's like, who the hell is this girl Marth? And it turns out he's a boy. Who's Roy?
Whoa.
And then you learn that it's Fire Emblem. So I hope this brings more love to the Persona series because then we can get more Personas and stuff. Yeah. I'd be with that.
What would you like next from the DLC?
Oh my gosh! If I could pick anybody in the world right now, I'd still probably go with Banjo-Kazooie or Banjo-Kazooie. I'm not gonna go the typical Waluigi route. Who would you want?
Waluigi. I think that's a stupid.
Yeah, no.
I think everyone's just doing it for the memes.
Yeah.
For me, I would like to go Master Chief for Halo. And I know you're just like.
But see, before it was like that's not possible. But now it's like.
Now it's like, whoa, hold on.
Why don't we bring an Xbox character in there?
That would be cool, especially since I know with the whole like PS4 being not crossplay.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a good opportunity for them to be like, hey, the Switch and the Xbox fanboys got together and they're like, hey, we can play Minecraft, we can play, Fortnite, we can play so many different games. So imagine Halo being on the Switch. That would blow my mind.
Oh my gosh.
I would be hyped for that.
See, that's the thing. Super Smash Bros. It's the biggest crossover, but that, in a nutshell, was the Game Awards. At least what mattered to us to an extent. Obviously, there was a bunch of other categories.
Oh, yeah.
You can go check those out. It was an amazing award show. I loved the music composition. I did feel like at some parts it felt a little stretched out.
Yeah, 3 hours.
Yeah, it was a little stretched out. It was a little too much. I was expecting, I'm like, an hour and a half,
2 hours.
2 hours. I would have given, because it's an award, it's like 3.
3.
Really?
2, that's...
And then it had commercial. I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
Come on.
But anywho, I've been Zero, and you've been?
I'm Prez.
Don't forget to check us out on Twitter at Zero's Game Room, on Facebook at Zero's Gaming Room. And until next time, we'll see you later.
Bye.
The ZGR is officially closed for today. Is that your door closing?
Yeah, that's good.